I've just added another set of 10 presets to the folder, the zip folder that a lot of you have downloaded with all the preset for Line 6 and Tonex and NAM, some of my profiles for NAM. And these 10, again, I always make sounds for my own gigs, for recording, just for fun, or to learn how these things work, so to speak, just out of curiosity, so to speak. And I offer them for free. The links will be in the description and in a pinned comment. They're free. I offer them for free. But if you feel generous, you can make a donation. Thank you again for all the people that donated and shared on social media. And it's a great response. I'm quite chuffed with it. So here you go, some more. So these are for Tonex. I'm really loving the editor. For those that asked, there are quite a few questions always about the input-output. This is the global setup. I have my input trim at 5. Usually I keep it between 3 and 5. I find that 8 is too much and 0 is not enough. So I keep it at 5. At the moment I have it at 5. And these presets are made at 5. And the main volume and interface volume are both at 0. So obviously the model volume is saved with preset, and the actual volume at the moment is, the main master volume is at 12 o'clock. The gain on an interface is at 0. I usually tend to leave it at 0 unless it's needed. And I'm in stereo. Again, these presets are in stereo, so if you want to enjoy them fully, make sure you've got some headphones on. So the first one is a kind of like Cory Wong comp. I needed I wanted to copy a bit their origin effects when it is quite pushed, so to speak, and get that kind of poppy compression. You want to be maybe on like position 2 or 4, get that kind of, that kind of effect, so to speak, and you can to get that really chewy sound. That chewy sound that you get with this compression that Cory Wong uses, which is like really obvious, so to speak. And you tend to get a lot more bass from the guitar from it. Of that one, which is based on Basement Blackface, of that one, I actually made a bit of a spin-off, which is the country. There's a slap back there. And if you want to keep the delay, if you want to keep the tremolo, it's quite subtle, I would say. Again, you can really feel that compression. It's that type of thing. It really works well on the low end of the guitar. It's that type of sound, so to speak. Again, the tremolo, you can keep it or remove it. On the new set of amps, they profiled the Mezzabarba, which I really like. It's quite a kind of like a heavy Marshall, basically. And it sounds like really, I want to use the word organic, but I don't know if that's the right word. It's similar to the song I think it's an OK Computer called Airbag. Yeah, it's quite like a thick overdrive, so to speak. I really like that they've added this amp. It sounds great. This is a bit more 70s old school. Yeah, it's a bit like No Quarter, that tune by Led Zeppelin, a bit psychedelic. I really like that type of sound. This is I need to play that tune. The Isley Brother tune. But this sound actually works well on like on that single line type 70s funk. I was messing about with the controls of the flanger, and yeah, I came up with this sound. It reminds me a bit of there was a song called Tel Aviv by Duran Duran. It has a similar, a similar vibe to this with those like oscillations. So, but it's quite psychedelic. I quite enjoyed that. So let's go back to this Mezzabarba. This is more of like a lead sound. And it's probably a bit more, narrow, not too much bass, so something that cuts through. Again, I really like this amp they've added. The next three presets are actually in a row, so you will go C, B, and A on the pedal. And these are pretty much the presets that I use for like corporate gigs. If you have to play, you just need a clean sound. I find that because they're quite honky, so to speak, they really sit well in the band. And I have here in the pedal board, I have a very, very small pedal board with whole tone wah volume, a Gladio, so with a 2-channel overdrive, and then the Tonex with a DI box and a 2-foot switch, so I can trigger the tuner and the tap tempo in the Tonex. But this preset, which is based on the Dumble, I find that it works well with the overdrives, with a Gladio. So it's quite controlled, so to speak. It's not too big a sound. In the middle one, there's a chorus to play stuff that is more like 80s. That type of stuff. And then there's more of a lead, same sound, more of a lead delay. So you can, you can get that type of sound, so to speak. And I find that it works quite well with in-ears. Obviously, the volume is always the same, because if you have a solo, the sound engineer will turn the volume up. I don't want to destroy my ears. So, these are the 10 presets. Again, I will leave a link in the description and the pinned comment, as always, if you want to download that zip file. And as I said, any donation is much appreciated. If you want to download it for free, at least please subscribe and like the video, so at least it gets pushed into by the algorithm, so to speak. And as always, if you found any value in this video, please like, subscribe, share on social media in any way you can. Send it to a friend, the usual stuff. That's it for today. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.